What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm honestly pretty excited for this video just because I think it's going to help a lot of you guys out. But pretty much what I'm going to be going over is if I had to start trading again, how I would become profitable, in the quickest time possible, exactly how I would redo my journey. Now, when I say the quickest time possible, I don't want you to put a time frame in your head after watching this video and say, oh shit, like I can get it in this amount of time. No, do not do that. That is the worst thing you can do. What I'm gonna tell you is what I've seen work for other people. Like I've seen people I've helped, not go from not knowing what a candle is to making, their first 10K 4 to 5 months in. So it is possible. This is how I would do it over again. But if you tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna do this in 4 months, I'm gonna do it in 3 months, I'm gonna do it in 5 months, it's not going to happen. That's the first and most important thing on this video. I'm just gonna give you information. But if you think you can just you put this time frame in your head, it's not going to happen, okay? Promise you that right now. So the first phase is if you literally do not know what a candle is, right? Starting all over again, you really don't even know what trading is. The first 2 to 3 weeks, I want you to immerse yourself as much as you can. Now, what do I mean by this? Do I mean by watching thousands of YouTube videos? No. What I mean is watching a video, right? Let's say you watch a video on candlesticks, then you go on the charts and you go and try to apply this and actually understand it. Understand the logic behind it. Not because you're taking notes because you saw a video on some, YouTube channel and it's like, oh damn. No, watch the video, actually try to understand it, right? Before you go to the next video, because a lot of you guys just like watching a bunch of videos, okay? No, watch a video, okay? Go on the charts, go on TradingView, try to apply it for yourself, genuinely understand what you're watching before you move to the next one. Another thing, if you guys think that a longer video is going to be better, it is not. You watching a 2-hour video on some topic versus you watching an 8-minute simplified video on some topic, it's not going to be a difference. If anything, I would prefer you to watch the shorter video because the whole goal is to take advantage of your focused time span, okay? You guys cannot sit there focused for 2-3 hours at a time watching a video. It's not going to happen. When it comes to trading, especially in the beginning stages, when you do want to get chart time in, you still don't want to overdo it. Again, I recommend the maximum amount of time you spend at one time is as long as you can focus. Okay, think about when you do your homework or when you used to do your homework, how long could you actually sit in, lock in on your math homework or something you don't really enjoy doing without distracting yourself at all, without going on your phone, checking your phone once, without doing any of that. However long that time is, maybe it's only 30 minutes, right? I have a pretty bad attention span. Maybe it's like an hour, okay? Spend an hour increments, okay? Maybe do an hour when you have time in the morning and then do an hour at night, but do not overdo it. You guys have to make sure you're actually focused when you are trying to learn, because if you sit there just thinking that watching the video is gonna make you productive and you're just like dozing off thinking about something else for 5 hours, you're not going to retain anything, okay? You're not going to retain anything. So again, the first 2 to 3 weeks, I definitely recommend you to, just get as much information as possible, okay? Now, the other thing, wow, I completely forgot about this. Before you even do that, okay, before you even hop into that, there's a non-negotiable. You need to have some sort of job or income source, okay? I don't care if you have money saved up. I want you to have some sort of active income source, because if you have money saved up, you're just going to end up running through it. And when it's not going back and increasing, it's just decreasing, it's going to absolutely ruin you, okay? So you need some sort of income source, you need some sort of job, some way of getting money in your bank account, guaranteed every 2 weeks or every month whenever you're getting paid, okay? That is a non-negotiable. You are not going to succeed without that. There's no ifs and there's no buts, okay? Moving forward, the 2 to 3 weeks, again, it could take longer, it could take shorter. It depends when you can actually look at yourself in the mirror and say I genuinely understand this stuff. Not your ego getting to you, because another thing too that happens when you first start learning is you're oh wow, I'm getting this stuff, and you already start thinking about the money. Swat it down, bro. You start thinking about swat it down. Literally do your best to swat it down, because the second that lurks up, you're gonna think with your ego, you're gonna think with the money. And you're not going to sit there and look at yourself and say hey, I really don't understand this stuff yet fully. Let me actually get through this. This third and most important thing, this will save 3 to 6 months of your journey. Please, 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 please do not tell a single soul, not your best friend, not your parents, that you are trading. This is the biggest mistake I made. I wish I could go back in time and not tell anyone. I personally always love telling everyone about everything. I told my parents the day I started paper trading. It was the worst mistake of my life because every single day they would ask me how it was going. And when I was losing money every day, and then my parents go and ask me at school, my friends would ask me, it made everything 100 times worse. It ruined my psychology. It made me want to force stuff. It made me think I had to get it in a certain amount of time. And it set me back multiple months. It made it so much harder. So please, I am begging you, this will be like probably your biggest regret if you do end up telling someone, okay? Now, when you're going through this first phase, right, of learning information, once you realize that, hey, like, you're actually starting to see this, you logically understand it when you apply it the charts. It's like, okay, yeah, I understand this. Now, what I want you to do is open up your first demo account. I recommend you opening up a $50,000 demo account, okay? Just because that is going to be the first account that you are going to be buying, okay? Now, when you open up that first demo account, there is a very strict guideline that I need you to follow, just because your habits that you start reinforcing in the beginning is going to make or break your trading. The second you guys start getting bad habits, it can take months, it can take years to break them. I've seen ridiculous amount of time to break habits just because it is so hard. So I'm begging you, outline the strictest criteria on that demo account. What I recommend you, non-negotiable, 1 trade a day. Get used to walking away after you click that button, red or green P&L on the day, okay? Now for that first account, I will recommend you guys to risk a bit lighter. I would risk around 1%. Now granted, when you do get on that first funded, I do advocate for higher risk just to save time, but I do, want you to risk lighter just because I want you to showcase to yourself that you can end up passing that account, right? Which is going to be 53,000. So getting a 6R return, right? With 1% risk. That's going to be, the next phase. But again, you have to outline strict rules. Give yourself a time that you trade from, a non-negotiable time, a non-negotiable set of rules. You walk away after that one trade and you're not forcing anything. I want you to see how that goes, okay? I want you to see how that goes. Again, might be 2 to 4 weeks in the beginning just to get the topics. And when you first start applying them on demo, it's probably not going to go that well. But the last thing that you should do is try to, change, just like go back. Okay, so of course my phone decided to run out of storage, but the last thing I want you guys to do is start trying to change stuff up, okay? If you guys actually learned a strategy, if you guys actually learned the topics, the only thing that you are going to need is more chart time to actually learn, okay? Every single loss you take on that account, I want you to learn from. Every single win you take on that account, I want you to sit back and reflect. Your loss does not mean bad. Win does not mean good. You guys should not reflect on the P&L, especially on that demo. Actually, no, you should never reflect on the P&L. Did you take a good trade or did you take a bad trade? Every single trade is going to be a learning experience, okay? Every single trade is going to be a learning experience. That is something I want you to engrave in your mind. Okay, long term, it's going to help you because you can always improve. But if you don't drop your ego and you take a loss and you're like, oh, bro, like, nah, like, that's no. Right? If you don't drop your ego, because it hurts to look at yourself like, hey, I took a bad trade, hold yourself accountable. If you guys do not hold yourself accountable for this, I promise you it will just build up and build up and build up. I never did that. When I took a bad trade, I just skip over. It's like, I didn't really lose that, right? No, hold yourself accountable for that. Learn from it. Learn from your wins. Do not develop an ego if you're winning a lot. Maybe you are winning the first couple trades on demo account. You're like, oh yeah, I'm about to make so much money. Cut it out. Try your best. Again, nothing I can really say is going to save you from the self-harm you are going to do to yourself, but I'm just going to warn you because the biggest struggle is going to be yourself. Every single thing that you do, every bad thing that you do, you are doing to yourself. So I'm just warning you right now. I promise you, you will find this out on your own if you do not listen to it. And even if you listen, you're really not going to listen and you are going to find it out on your own, okay? Once you've proven to yourself, you can pass that first account, okay? I want you to hop into your first funded account. It's going to be a $50K account. It's probably going to cost you $50 to $100. But the mindset going into this account, I do not want you to care about this account. What do I mean by this? You should not be emotional on you passing or blowing that account. When you get the first account, it is so easy to get attached onto this account and have the complete wrong mindset when it comes to funded. And it is so hard to get out of this mindset and get into the correct mindset that you need in order to actually succeed with this, okay? Going into that first account, again, I do recommend people to be heavier with their risk. I want people to actually, most likely you're gonna blow that account. I honestly want you to blow that account because here's what I want to happen. I don't want you to get into the habit. You get the first account, it's like, oh, I'm actually gonna reduce my risk. I'm scared. I bought this account. I don't wanna blow it. I wanna pass my first account. I wanna do this. And then you get into the fear. What is that gonna do? You're gonna start risking less. You're gonna start taking worse setups, honestly, because your risk is bad. You're going to maybe not even trade that account. You're gonna waste a bunch of time. This is where the process gets harder because this is where you can waste a couple months, okay, that you could have had if you swallowed it, stepped out of your comfort zone and say, hey, I got this first account. I spent $50 for it. I spent $100 for it. I don't care. I'm just going to focus on taking good trades, okay? Risk heavier on this account. Take good trades. Let's say you take some good trades and you blow it, okay? And you try to think that you're going to change something up. Bro, you're going to set yourself back 6 months. I'm telling you right now, you are going to set yourself back 6 months because this is what I did. I remember I blew that first account and instead of just like going back, saying like, hey, like reflecting on my trades, nope, I started learning more stuff. I went back on YouTube and I ruined my life for 6 months. I don't want you guys to do that, okay? You're probably not going to listen. Again, a lot of you guys, you're not going to listen. Most people, I told them this. Everyone I talk to, I told them the same stuff. They don't listen, okay? Or they say, okay, and then they don't listen. And what ends up working for them when they lose pretty much enough money for them, usually it's like damn near everything they had. If you guys watched the last interview with Blake, it's like he knew this stuff. What did it take? It took him to get to his last $500, lost like almost 8K. And then he's like, okay, damn, like maybe I should actually, listen to this stuff, okay? But unfortunately, that's what has to happen. You are going to lose money. I want you to realize that. But the amount that you lose genuinely can be prevented if you drop your ego, you actually understand and you stop, you're not a bitch, okay? You stop being a bitch. You stop caring so much about that account. The amount of people I have that DM me saying they've been on an eval for like 3 months. Bro, I'm sorry, you're just not going to succeed. It's never going to happen. There's no buts. There's no ifs. It's just not going to happen, okay? So make sure you have that mindset going into that first account, all right? Whether you pass it, whether you blow it, there is no emotions. There's no emotions. The only thing that determines everything, your success, is your trades. Are you taking good trades? If you take bad trades, if you take setups that don't follow your rules and you blow that account, you should hold yourself accountable. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I did some stupid shit. I'm never going to do it again. But if you never look at yourself, you never hold yourself accountable to that point and tell yourself, I made a mistake, I'm not going to do it again, okay? You are going to make that mistake again. And you're gonna fall into this process where it's okay to make mistakes and you keep on doing it. It's easy to keep on swiping your card and run yourself down to the point where you cannot run yourself down anymore. And that's where you realize like, bro, what am I doing? But it doesn't have to get to that point. It doesn't have to get to that point, okay? But the second you guys become attached to that account, you get scared of blowing that account, you get scared of this, you get scared of that, right? You're just going to set your progress back. You're just going to be scared. You might go back to demo. You might go back to this. You might just go back to what's comfortable. No, engrave it in your mind early on. Engrave it in your mind. I'm begging you, okay? On this first account, this is where you're going to see your psych issues, okay? These psych issues will come up. The main thing, you guys cannot, this is why I tell you, you cannot focus on the P&L. You cannot focus on the P&L. That money you're seeing on the screen, it is not real. You spent $50 or $100 on that account. Stop letting it get to your head, or stop letting it, what you can make in the future get to your head, because it's going to make it so much worse for you. If you guys cannot look at your P&L, walk out of the room when you place a trade, okay? If you guys cannot step away after that loss, set a trade lockout, on your funded account where it locks you out after one trade. Force yourself to do this stuff, okay? Force yourself to do this stuff. It is the only way you can in the beginning, because the second you cave into these habits and you build these habits, it is so hard to break the habits. okay? You guys can make this so much harder on yourself, and you will hate yourself, okay? You will hate yourself for not doing this early on, for being scared to risk on this account, for being scared to step away after a loss, for being scared to blow it, okay? I promise you, if you do this, you're probably not going to go through that many accounts. Maybe you'll go through 3-4 accounts before you pass one. Maybe you'll go through 5. It's still like $200, bro. And you might be like, oh, like I don't want to lose. Dude, I promise you, if you don't listen to me, you will lose so like 10 times that, okay? 100 times that, okay? It can be so much worse. So that's what I want you to do. And when you pass that first account, okay? When you pass that first account and now you lower your risk in order to get the payout. What the goal is after that first account is to secure a payout, okay? The amount does not matter. This is where greed comes in. You're like, oh wow, like if I just make like $6,000 on this account, like, or $5,000 on this 50K account, like, dude, that'll be amazing. And you start, there's these ifs about how much you can make. You're thinking about the money you're blowing that account. I bet money on you blowing that account. The goal is to get a payout. I don't care how big the payout is. I don't care if it's $500, $400, $600, $1,000. The money does not matter. None of those amounts will change your life. But what it will instill is, hey, I'm going to follow all my rules now that I passed this account. Nothing is changing. You're still walking away after a loss. You're still taking a trade. You're still doing everything correctly, okay? And you're just going to look to follow this minimum criteria in order to request, okay? There's no, oh, I don't need a buffer. Oh, I need this. No, you're going to get that first payout because it's a mental thing. You're conditioning your mindset to say, hey, when I do stuff right, I pass this account and I get a payout, okay? That just like mental sign is what's going to help you, okay? Getting to that first payout usually is the hardest part. But if you're able to get that quickly, right, to an extent, because you follow everything as much as you can, it's going to be a lot easier. The biggest lesson so far since we've been talking, you don't change anything, right? You don't change anything. Nothing changes as you move forward. Okay, yes, on the first funded, when you're passing the eval, you risk heavier, and when you get on the pass account, you reduce your risk, okay? But in terms of like what you're doing day to day, you don't try to take more trades. You don't say, oh, let me take like this trade. It's just an eval. It's just that. No, you follow everything the exact same way. Okay. Once you get that first payout, what do you not do? You don't go spend that money instantly. Okay. You don't go telling people. You don't go saying, mom, look at this. No, you do not let it get to your head. You're probably going to feel, it depends, you're either going to feel relieved if it took you a while, or you might feel on top of the world. You might get an ego. You might think you're better than you are. You have to drop this instantly, okay? If you don't drop that money just as fast as you made it, 10 times faster it's going to be taken away on accounts. Because what you can end up doing is say, oh, yeah, I'm a profitable trader. I got to pay out now. And then you just blow it all on accounts. You forget about your rules. Now you drop your rules. It's like, yeah, I made money. Like, I can do what I want. No, you cannot, okay? From here, after we get that first account, it's like, okay, I've proven to myself, if I stick to all my rules, I can make money. If I stick to all my rules, I can make money, okay? Once you've proven that to yourself, now you're gonna buy multiple accounts. You're gonna buy 3 accounts, copy them. I would still recommend the same size, the 50K accounts, and all you're going to do is just repeat the process. Just like you're getting a payout on 1 account, you're getting a payout on 3, but you don't let it get to your head. Nothing is different. Do not think about the money. And I know it's hard. It's like, oh wow, now I can make more money, and it gets to your head. The greed gets to your head. You might have enough to request, and you're like, oh, but let me get this much more so I can get this amount. No, you're going to blow it. You're not disciplined. You're not disciplined. You're still so new. You have to follow everything. You don't change anything. I'm begging you guys. I've seen how bad this can get. Some of the DMs I get, I want to cry because of how bad of situations people have put themselves in. And I just wish I could go back. I could save myself just all those nights where I'd literally fucking cry myself to sleep because of the bullshit I was doing. And I didn't have anyone to tell me what not to do. Okay? I wish I could go back. And if you're starting, I just take it, bro. You guys might not take this serious, but I promise you, a lot of you guys that are watching this and have already been through all this shit I'm talking about, you wish you could have done it in the beginning. I know you're gonna say that in the comments. I wish I could have done it too. So please fucking do it, okay? But after you request, on these accounts, bro, that's all you gotta do. Now you just gotta keep on repeating this process, scaling up. But this is where the self-sabotage could come in. And there's so many things that I can do. The first most important thing I will tell you, when you start making money, or even just in general, do not center your day around trading. It is an hour and a half, 2 hours out of your day. Do not center your whole day around trading. Do not have this mindset. Have something else you look forward to every single day. Have some hobby you're passionate about. Have some skill you're passionate about that's completely aside from trading. Your trading result should not affect you more than 30 seconds. If you're green or you're red on the day, okay, you accept it, you swallow it, you close your computer and you walk away. You forget about it. You have something else you're excited to. Oh, I'm excited to go to the gym. Oh, I'm excited to do this. Okay, I'm excited to play the sport. That's what you're looking forward to every day, is the thing after trading. Because trading is just a part of a routine, okay? If you treat it that way, you're not gonna be as emotional. You're able to actually sit there, wait, if there's no setups, nothing follows your rules, you don't take anything, okay? But if you get in that mindset, like I'm centering my whole day around trading, you are gonna be taking something every single day. You are gonna be getting into those rules. And once you start making money, it's not gonna be smooth sailing from there. You are going to have hard months. You're going to have hard times. You're gonna get a loss streak. You're gonna get humbled. And this is what is going to make or break you. When you get humbled, maybe you blow through some money, actually following stuff. Maybe you crash out. This is where you can go try to learn a new strategy. You can try to change stuff up. You can try to go back test it. You can try to do all this stuff. It's going to sabotage yourself, and you're going to fall into this trap again. It is so important. When things are going good, it's not good, because there is going to be a time when things are not good. It's bound to happen. When you're on a big winning streak, it's the most dangerous, because when that loss streak comes, when you do end up losing, it is so easy to want to change stuff. You rethink your life. You take it so serious. Don't, bro, okay? Don't. I'm begging you. You have done stuff correctly up until this point. Do not ruin it for yourself, okay? It's that simple. This whole game is psychology. Do you notice how I told you not to watch a specific strategy or not to do this? Because that does not matter. The goal is to learn something that you genuinely understand. It logically makes sense to you. You go and apply it on the charts, okay? And you learn from your mistakes, just like anything in the world. Do not try to brute force your way through trading. Do not tell yourself a specific time frame you're gonna get it done. Oh, I have to make money by here. No, it's going to happen when it happens. The second you try forcing it, the second you try brute forcing it, you have this grind set mindset. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this 12 hours a day. No, bro, it's not going to work. I promise you it's not going to work. You just have to let it happen, okay? This journey can be a lot less stressful. You don't have to lose that much money. It is possible. It is so hard because you are going to ruin everything for yourself. That's why it is so hard. That's why I'm so loud and emotional in this video, because I want to get it through your guys' head, because I know how this can end up, and I know how easier this journey can be. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's not going to be fucking easy. It's probably going to be the hardest thing you're going to do, okay? But it can be a lot easier, okay? Only if you have that mindset, okay? And that's pretty much it. Please, bro, just take this advice. I'm begging you, bro. I'm begging my old self, bro. Most of you guys will not, and hey man, you'll fuck around and find out. That's all I'm gonna say. I will catch you guys on the next video.